Hello, my name is Joe Flamia, and today I will be showing my 3D model of the larynx. So I'll just get right into it. So we'll start with the anterior view. We have the thyroid cartilage, which is this dark blue structure. It is the largest of the laryngeal cartilages and is divided into its left and right lamina, which meet anteriorly at an angle to form the thyroid angle. The area right above it superior is the notch, and this is anterior vocal folds are connected right below there, as you can see right here. The thyroid's primary function is to support and to protect the vocal folds, and it articulates with the cricoid cartilage, which is this pink structured, and which is inferior in the hyoid bone through which is superior, and that would connect here and here. So next we have the cricoid cartilage, which is in pink. It is inferior to the thyroid cartilage and is narrow anteriorly. And if we move this posteriorly, it is much larger. And it has in the back the posterior quadrate lamina, which would be there. The cricoid cartilage articulates with the arytenoid cartilages, which are right here. And the inferior horn of the thyroid cartilage, which we can see here and here. The cricoid cartilage function is basically to provide attachments for the muscles and the cartilages and the ligaments that are involved in opening and closing the airway and producing speech. Next we have the epiglottis. So that would be this like green flap right here. This is basically a flexible, elastic, unpaired cartilage situated posterior to the hyoid bone, which I told you before would be here. And it arises from the inner surface of the angle of the thyroid just below the notch, right here. It attaches to the hyoid bone via the hyoepiglotic ligament, allowing the epiglottis to flap down. And it's also attached to the root of the tongue by the median and lateral glossoepiglottic folds, which create the valvular pockets. It is also attached to the thyroid cartilage by the thyroepiglotic ligament that is below the thyroid notch, basically stabilizing the epiglottis. Its main function is to invert and flex posteriorly, like this, providing closure during swallowing and to prevent food from entering the trachea. So it would go down like this. So now I will move to the posterior view of the larynx, which would be the back side. So you can see the arytenoid cartilage is better posteriorly for my 3D model, but as I said before, they are in yellow. They are one of the most important aspects of the larynx. They reside on the superior posterior lateral surface of the cricoid cartilage, which I stated before is in pink. They are pyramidal in shape and contain the muscular processes, which is the site for muscle insertion, the vocal processes, which project anteriorly toward the thyroid notch, which would be like right, I don't know how to make this, be like right there, and basically the vocal folds attached there. And the cartilage, and there is also the superior apex, which articulates with the corniculate cartilage, which would be sitting on top right here and here of the arytenoid cartilage. Basically the corniculate cartilage, which would sit here, is on the superior surface of the arytenoid, and basically ultimately the arytenoid cartilages assist in moving the vocal folds along for tension, relaxation, and approximation. And so I'm able to move it a bit. And so for like an example, adduction, it would come together like that. And then for adduction comes together like that. And then for abduction, it goes, if I'm able to do it, it goes out. And next I'm going to go into the muscles. There I have on here 3 of the 8 intrinsic laryngeal muscles. These muscles have 2 attachments within the larynx and make fine adjustments of the laryngeal cartilage. So first we will be talking about the transverse arytenoid, which is like in this baby blue right here. This is just one of the interarytenoids, and basically this muscle is unpaired intrinsic muscle of the larynx. It is found just superior to the cricoid cartilage, covering the posterior aspect of the arytenoid cartilages. It also connects to the muscular processes of the arytenoid cartilage, which I stated earlier are like on the back. The arytenoid cartilage would be back there. The transverse arytenoid is an adductor of the vocal fold, thus playing a very important role within phonation. Next, I have the second interarytenoid, which is the oblique arytenoid, which is in black. I had to draw that on. This muscle is basically continuous with the I don't know how to pronounce this. It's the rhipiglottic muscle. This basically, but the oblique arytenoid basically makes an X and contributes to the adducting of the vocal folds. So the two muscles I just named, the transverse arytenoid and the oblique arytenoid, they both are adductors. So basically that means they help the arytenoids pull the vocal folds ligaments together like this. And then the final muscle that I will be talking about is an abductor, which opens it up like that. So that muscle is the posterior cricoarytenoid, which is in white right here. This muscle is an antagonist with the lateral cricoarytenoid, therefore abducting the vocal folds, like I stated earlier. They are the only abductor muscle of the vocal folds, so they played a big role. They originate in the posterior of the cricoid and travel superiorly and laterally to insert at the posterior surface of the muscular processes of the arytenoid. And by rotating the arytenoid cartilages laterally, these muscles abduct the vocal folds by lengthening and opening them. So those are my three cartilages, which are unpaired cartilages. I forgot to state that earlier. So we got the cricoid, thyroid, and the epiglottis. And then obviously, I just named, I have my muscles, the transverse arytenoid, the oblique arytenoid, and then the posterior cricoarytenoid. And finally, basically, the larynx's primary function is to protect the airway by preventing food from entering the trachea during swallowing, while also producing sound for speech by vibrating the vocal cords within it. So, there's my little model. Thanks for watching.